When the Soul Awakens, by Griz Calderon. For most of life, the living do not know he is there. They sense the passing of years. They feel the weight of days, the warmth of sunlight, the quiet comfort of familiar places. Their attention is fixed on the world around them and the lives being lived within it. The Reaper walks beside them through all of it, unseen and unneeded. His presence is not required while life continues forward. It is only when a life reaches the moment where it can go no further that the first true meeting becomes possible. The instant is not always dramatic. Sometimes it arrives in silence, like a candle that slowly dims until the flame disappears. Sometimes it comes suddenly, like a door closing in the middle of a sentence. The living world calls this death. But for the Reaper, it is simply the moment when the soul loosens its hold on the body that carried it through life. At first, the change is small. A breath that does not return. A heartbeat that grows quiet. The body settles into stillness, but the soul does not immediately understand what has happened. It lingers in the final moment, still shaped by the habits of the life it just lived. Many souls look first toward the world they are leaving. They search for familiar faces, for voices they recognize, for the place where their life once moved and breathed. Some feel confusion, some feel calm, others feel nothing at all for a brief moment. Then they notice him. He does not appear with noise or spectacle. There is no sudden darkness, no thunder, no command that demands their attention. He is simply there, standing with the same quiet patience he has carried since the first life ended beneath ancient oceans. For most souls, the sight of him does not bring fear. The cloak that surrounds him holds the same stillness that has already begun to settle around the moment. The presence he carries feels steady and certain, like a doorway that has always been waiting to be found. Often the soul understands before a single word could be spoken. Something in them recognizes what the living mind once struggled to imagine. Their life has reached its final breath. The world they knew is beginning to release them. He does not hurry them. Some souls look back one last time, at the body they once called their own. Some reach toward those who remain in the living world, wishing for just one more moment. Others turn toward him immediately, already ready to continue. The Reaper waits through all of it. Patience has always been part of his nature. He does not command the soul to follow. He does not force understanding upon them. He simply remains present until the moment feels clear. When the soul is ready, the crossing begins. It is not a step taken with feet or a distance traveled across land or sky. It is a quiet movement of being, a gentle shift from the world of breath and heartbeat into something wider and calmer. The living world continues behind them. The soul moves forward, and the Reaper walks beside them, just as he has done for every life that has ever existed. For him, each meeting is familiar, yet no two are ever the same. Every life carries its own memories, its own joys, its own sorrows and unfinished thoughts. The soul that stands before him is the sum of all those moments, gathered together in a single quiet presence. He receives each one with the same steady care, not as a stranger, but as the final companion a life will ever meet. The living spend their lives imagining what that moment might feel like. They wonder what they will see, what they will feel, and whether they will be alone when the world finally loosens its hold. They do not realize that the meeting has always been waiting, not as something to fear, but as something certain. Because from the first life that ever ended until the last life that will ever be, The Reaper has always been there, waiting patiently for the moment when a soul finally looks up and sees him for the first time. The end.